and strategic method to achieve their goals. So honestly speaking, why this was quite interesting was for me was because, you know, I feel like many people believe that Trump is indifferent when it comes to this whole transgender, you know, of a thing, And these activists are believing that, okay, if they are able to, you know, probably reconstruct their mode of speaking to people about these old transgender equality, equity, they having their own rights and free will to do whatever they like. Probably Trump will not really, you know, hit on them like that. So they are not coming out to say that, okay, you know what, let's start looking for a better method on how to speak to the people about it, that this is not really that bad, the way they actually think it's that bad. But honestly, I can't wait to see what Trump has to say on this, because, I mean, the newspaper did not record anything about what Trump has to say.
I can guess
it
what
is just
say.
it's just them looking for better ways on how to, you know, coin this their whole push
Trump
out
is one of
there
the most predictable
persons.
I already know what he will say.
Well, I can't
think
wait,
I have an
honestly.
idea. All right, that's all we can take for the headline stories across the globe, Nigeria, and the New York Times. We'll take a short break, and when we return, our hot topic will be ready to be dished out. So please do not go anywhere. We'll be right back shortly. Welcome back. So as mentioned earlier, I said today's topic will be a very relatable one, as we're diving into a topic that is important at this time. Should ambitious women be a threat to men? Ambition has long been seen as a virtue, often celebrated and encouraged, especially in men. However, when it comes to women, ambition is sometimes met with mixed feelings, and its impact on traditional gender dynamics continues to spark debate. In recent years, more women have risen to position of power, shattered glass ceilings, and embraced their drive for success. While these shifts represent progress towards gender equality, it has also raised questions about how male counterparts perceive ambitious women. Are ambitious women seen as partners, allies, or competitors in personal and professional spaces? Do societal expectations and stereotypes about masculinity and femininity create unnecessary tension between ambitious women and men? Or is this perception of threat merely a reflection of outdated norms struggling to keep up with modern realities? Today, we'll explore this topic through an open and insightful discussion. Together, we'll examine the roots of these perceptions, the implications for relationships and workplaces, and whether we can build a society where ambition is celebrated regardless of gender. And that's how we would start our conversation this morning. We're talking about, should ambitious women be a threat to men? So this is a typical relationship dynamics. This question is not just for relationships, like the romantic one that we think of, because you might say, okay, what of people that are unmarried? You know, those people that are unmarried could actually face, a typical relationship in a workspace. So they are ambitious, but they have to deal with male colleagues. So it's not just husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend. It's also female workers and their male bosses, or female workers and male workers. The dynamics is just very broad. So and this conversation is stirring from different tweets that we've seen on social media and some videos that we'll play after we examine this first question. So ladies, what comes to your mind when you hear ambitious women? And does it really differ from ambitious men? Is it that ambition to women is different from how we see ambition for men?
Okay,
It's deep,
I
Abby.
think I'll go first.
Take a deep breath.
I've always been seen as a very ambitious person, in the sense that I always like to do things. I always believe that there's no field I go into that I would not succeed. So that is another form of maybe being ambitious. But I also think that someone who thinks that ambitious women are a threat to them are only gullible and deaf men. Let me put it like that. Because ambition is not really gender-based. Ambition is about I think God even created everybody with an ambition to become something.
Yes.
That's why they always say that, oh, you're destiny helper, all those kind of things. And I always say that I'm the reason why somebody will succeed, just like somebody is the reason why I'm always like a step ahead. I'm going from one stairs to one stairs. It's because of somebody. The reason why I'm here is also because of somebody. So that's like the general built of humans. So when they now talk about ambitious men and ambitious women, I'm always looking at it that if you're not ambitious, then you're not even supposed to be on planet Earth. That's it should just be basic. Everybody should be ambitious to get the best out of themselves.
So how do we classify that term ambition? I want us to even break it down to understand what exactly does it mean for me to say I am ambitious?
The ability to want to do many things.
Okay, so I'll go with the society definition.
Great.
The society, Africa in general, has a standard for the females and the males. For a man, you can be very successful, you can do this, do that, go man. But for a female, there's a limit to your success. For a female, it is believed that you cannot stay alone. It is believed that if you are still unmarried, you cannot buy a car. Why are you buying a car? Who will ask you out? Yeah. So there's that standard already. You are too successful. So it is our standard for a female angle is judged by the type of man we move with, the type of potential husbands that we marry. So being ambitious is as small as you have a BSc, why do you want a master's? Why not just go from BSc to your husband's house? It's as small as, look at the clothes you're wearing. You're spending a lot of money on your outfit. You're buying a wig for 200K. Which type of man will ask you out? Which type of man will marry you? How many men can buy 200K hair? It's as little as that. So the standard is based off of any man. If your potential man or if a random man likes you and he cannot pay 200K for a bone straight, a short bob bone straight, he sees you as too ambitious. Then we females as well, we also, I think it's a female thing. Any little thing we achieve, we're so proud of it. Of course. We like to celebrate ourselves. If I buy my iPhone myself, the first time I got my iPhone myself, I was super excited. I felt like I achieved something really big. I mean, I bring my own money, my savings to buy myself my iPhone. I mean, it was like the most, I don't know how to express that excitement. And as time goes by, the little things I buy, the little things I do, I celebrate myself. Happens to every female. But for men, when they buy themselves an iPhone, they keep you moving. It's not seen as I've done something out of the blues. When a man buys just a GLE, it's seen as a normal. When a female buys herself a GLE, it is seen as, oh, has she done BBL? Who is she following? Does she has a sponsor? Is she a small girl, big girl type of? Even on the road, driving on the road, there are some things that we see from females that we consider it abnormal. But when we see from the guys, it is seen as normal.
All right,
so that's
I'd
alone
like
is
us
ambitious.
to check out this video of Vicky James. Vicky James is one very prominent example of a successful woman, and she herself has come out to say that she's blessed to be with a man who is equally supportive. So let's see this video that she did put out on International Men's Day.
I would say very big thank you to my husband, because I have been on social media for quite a long time. So if I'm getting by with all these things, it's enough to say that, oh, she's been there for years, she's been doing this. One could actually say that. But my husband actually just came on, and baby, the way you carried it with so much grace. I know how sometimes you'll say things about you and I'm looking at you like, and you're just there laughing, and you're just like,
Interesting video. So I trust Vicky James to always talk about her husband in a very positive light. And I mean, should you talk about your husband in a negative light? I mean, but you know that Vicky James' story is quite unique. Why did you love God's beauty? Her story is quite unique because social media, in fact, I've seen some very horrible comments. Somebody will say, I don't know, they called
Fikayo James.
Okay, like they're calling him Vicky James' son name, almost like it's Vicky James that married him, because there's the notion that Vicky James is probably more financially capable or buoyant compared to him, and that's an ambitious woman. But she has come out now not to show that she's threatened, not to show that this man is stifled by my growth, but to appreciate the man that he's very supportive. I've also seen some Instagram reels where she put a successful woman strutting with her successful and secure king. So now let's look at the marriage dynamics. Why do you think, now let me tell you why I want to understand people that fear ambitious women. Women who are ambitious, because you are so driven, because you want to achieve certain goals, there is the personality that you tend to build, which sometimes can be hard. So you are fierce, you are many times unstoppable. You're also very sensitive.
Decisive.
That you're decisive. You're very resolute. Like if you make a decision, you want to go with it. You're stubborn in that sense. And all these attributes are attributes of an ambitious woman. And it's not an attribute of a feminine woman in that sense, based on the definition of femininity that we have seen in society. Femininity definition is you are soft, you are submissive, you don't make noise, you care for your family.
So are you indirectly saying that?
I'm not saying that. The reason why some men feel threatened by ambitious women is not because they would not want you to have more money, but because you will be probably less submissive, less respectful than a normal woman that is just earning 150K. If I see that you're not earning $2 million, you're having Zoom meeting with international clients, you can almost tell me, please, darling, can you hold on? I'm in a call, I'm in a meeting. That kind of vibe. So they don't want somebody that will now be caught in that personality that ambition can build for a woman. What do you guys have to say about that? That's how I have tried to dissect this.
There's this thing that I've been seeing that cut your coat according to your
Cloth.
size.
No, it's cloth. It's
Okay,
cloth.
okay, according to your cloth.
It might be too big, but
if
once
it's
it's the
2
cloth,
yards
you go
you
manage
have,
them.
find somebody that
crop
can
top.
fit into 2
Small
yards.
two-piece.
Don't stress yourself looking for an ambitious woman and then you want to tame that kind of person just because you have low. I feel like number one is low self-esteem.
Yes.
Number two is lack of ambition yourself. Number three is the fact that you cannot even dream beyond what is happening in your reality. I think that's the only reason why you want to tame such a person. Obviously, there are characters that you need to build over time to get the job done. If there might be a project that requires you to be very strong. That's why sometimes when you find certain women in architecture or you find them in male fields, as common male fields, you start looking like, this one, iron woman. Even when you find women in politics that are on the forefront, you say, oh, this one is
or even
iron
in the
woman.
police force, if you see those women that are on the road doing, I always see them like, this woman must be very tough.
But then it is just out of the fact that that is who she wants to become. That's just who she wants to be. So if you have somebody who wants to be something for himself too, it makes it easier for both of you to sort of have a common ground. That's why somebody like Vicky James.
Honestly speaking, you guys have spoken really well, right? And to add to what Okigi started with, I feel like one of the reasons why certain men don't, appreciate women that are ambitious is because of, probably lack of home training. Because again, the characters traits that we have are things that we've gotten from our parents, we've learned from our parents. Now, if you are from a home where your mother only sees the only time that she's making money is if her husband has said so. If she's doing certain things, it's because the husband has said so. I mean, when a child like that grows up, especially with a man, that person gets to now understand that, oh, my wife has to be under me. Do you understand? And that's why even when an ambitious woman is making certain kind of decisions, they're always like, they do pass your boundary. Now you're not respecting me. And that's where the self-esteem comes in, because they will also look at it from the aspect of, oh, she wants to be the man in the house. She doesn't want me to, play the role of being a man. And I think one thing I've liked about social media is the fact that most people have not come out to say that. I mean, I think I was watching a video where a guy was saying that, please, I think I want to have a conversation with my wife. Let's know who is the man and who is the woman. Me, I want to be the woman. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just takes us back to the fact that if they have not been properly trained, if the parents have not given them a good train up on, okay, there are women that want, they want to be this strong, they want to be very ambitious, they want their goals to be like this and all of that. If you've not trained your children to understand that, they will always have an issue while growing up, and that self-esteem will kick in. The whole, I'm to play the man role, I'm the man here, God has done this, God has said this, So for me, it's just more on the train up. Once we've gotten that right, every other thing will just fall
to start
into
from
place.
what you just landed with, you said it's more of the train up, right?
Yeah.
So it's more like how they were trained, how they grew up. So do you think that's a major reason men feel intimidated, or is more of insecurity? Because there are two things.
So, okay. So this is it here. I think I've said this in this place before, where I said that if every parent right parent now, intentional parent, have trained their children properly. Trust me when I say that, because it's every child that actually makes up the society. Now, everybody has the right mentality towards them. If we are coming together, we will not be having an issue with people that are insecure. Do you understand? Now, when I'm thinking about the family, I'm not just thinking about, oh, what they have trained their children with. I've heard people say that, oh, when I was growing up, my mom always insulted my dad because she was the one making more money.
Yeah.
Once those children grow up, now it is insult upon injury, both insecurity, but everything. They would want to ensure that the kind of woman they are getting married to is someone that is selling a car and doesn't want to move there and doesn't want to leave that jurisdiction.
But funny how we've heard narratives of men that will say, marry a woman that brings something to the table. What
Okay, so
exactly
this
do
is
they
it.
mean by that statement, if they
This
don't want
is it.
ambitious women?
We have different men out there.
Right.
And for we females, to be honest, when we are given the power, we tend to overdo. Let me not generalize
I do not
it.
agree.
Let me not generalize
Thank
it.
you. Please
But it
do
is
not.
believed that, okay, it's not believed. Some women, when you give them the power, when they're in position of authority, when they're the one making more money or command, they tend to overdo, which is the fear of most Nigerian men. But now the thing is, identify and know your partner. I've seen house husbands where they are doing really well. I mean, the post I saw online, the guy said, my wife is more educated, my wife earns more, my wife does everything more, and I am a proud husband. Right. So it now depends. It's now left on the man and the wife in the relationship. You as a wife, you can be the one taking care of the home, and you are still very respectful. I do not believe in the word submissive. Why do we have to use the word submissive? Respect is reciprocal. You respect me, I respect you back in return.
I think it depends on your definition of submission.
Can we take out the word entirely?
No, you
when
can't
you
take
hear
out
the
the
word,
take it
because if you take out
Bible
submission,
says.
that means you're taking away leadership as well.
Understand.
Submission happens
The Bible
because
says
there is
submission,
leadership. Even
right?
without Bible.
Okay.
You cannot
See,
have two people
see.
in the
Please,
house.
let me
and
land my
one
point.
You
leading
need to
the other.
understand what that submission is.
For me,
and you are the one to
the fact that
define
you're
it.
using submission self is making you feel like, okay, boss and slavery type of relationship. It's as
Which
good
is
as your
wrong.
CEO saying, okay, in this office you need to be submissive to me. When you hear the word, what kicks off in your mind?
Wait, when you even talk about boss and whatever, I don't think it's even submission that we do. It is-
Exactly.
it
Now
is-
imagine
it
she's
is-
using the word, your boss is using the word submissive.
No,
That's why I have
see,
issues
you know,
with the word
you-
submissive. Relationship should flow the way it wants to flow. I will respect my husband and my husband will respect me in return. But we're now putting, okay, submissive is the baseline. I know there's some things I have to do
You're
for
not
my
getting
husband.
this.
I know this is
Mira,
what I
I think
feel.
that what should be really
I'd
scrapped.
like you to hold your thoughts
Okay.
on that. I can see our blood is already rising. We will take a short break. When we return, we'll continue our conversation to understand if submission is really important in relationship and follow God's Shola's point of view or God's beauty. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking to take your business to the next level through partnerships? Then join us every Thursday at 10 a.m. for Partner Up.
Whether you're an entrepreneur, marketing, sales, or partnership professional, Partner Up is here to give you the tools you need to succeed.
From in-depth interviews with industry experts
To real-world case studies of successful partnership strategies that drive innovation and business growth.
we dive deep into what it takes to form successful partnerships.
Thursdays, 10 a.m.
Don't miss Partner Up.
can you marry a woman that earns more than you?
I will never do such a thing.
So you cannot marry a woman that earns more than you?
No, my lord.
Why?
I've already married.
Okay. Okay. So and you are richer than your wife?
I will never be rich except God who created us.
I'm sure you did not expect us to give you that kind of video, but just a little bit of humor is needed. So I guess the man didn't understand the question, and that's why his response was like that. You know, I mean, it's a question to ask many people. Ask any man, would you marry a woman that is richer than you? Let us turn. Because it is never. Please make your comment.
So, well, it brings me to also think that that kind of man, even if he does not fully understand the question, is obvious the kind of man that he
He's
is.
still a
He's still a very traditional man.
His brain is never.
His brain is still in never. Like whatever it is that you say is
Like, I want to ask, don't men like baby boy treatments? Don't men like when somebody is relieving them?
no, because I remember that when we had Captain Shakiru come on,
Yeah,
he said that let a man be a man. There's this masculinity thing that always goes on, just like we females too. We have our own thing going on for us. So while they might like baby boy treatments, there's still that thing to want to own up to everything that yes, you became this because of
only
me,
you
or I
pay light
supported
bill,
you.
only you parents, only
That's
you
what they
give me
want
school
to-
fee, only you.
Some people, that's just what they want to
my
be.
And next life, I'm coming as a female.
Now, one of my friends told me this, that there's no point feeling intimidated if your wife is richer. She has your son name.
Do you get it?
That is already.
Do you get it?
Supposed to rub.
I'm so sorry.
I
Do you know
mean,
that nowadays
she has
women
your
are not
son name.
taking
That idea.
the idea of even taking their husband's
ones that
son name.
I saw a
Oh,
story.
yes, true.
I saw a story online where a guy was complaining that he wants to marry a girl before she finished College of Medicine. So the lady said no, she wants to finish before getting married. She wants a certificate to carry her father's surname. The guy is saying he wants to quickly marry her so the certificate can carry his surname. Imagine, I'm like, no.
Red flag.
Red flag.
That's
That's what it's what red
Just
flag.
like this.
All right, let's go back to the other question we were answering on before we went on the short break. I was trying to understand the meaning of submission and everything. And then you were saying that some women used to overdo. Do you understand that? That's why some men can now feel threatened by them. So what do you think ambitious women, how do you think they should act or react in relationship in the way that they can still be sensitive and put their home together?
It starts with the type of man they are with.
Let's take away the man.
I don't.
Okay,
I,
let's take away the man part.
I don't expect. I don't expect anything from any ambitious woman to be whatever it is
Just
that
be
they
you.
sensitivity, whatever activity. Don't be activity to anything. Just be yourself. Like own up to your own. That thing when they say be in your feminine era, your feminine energy. Just be yourself. Do what you need to do to be where you want to be. I'm not saying do illegal things. I mean just be yourself. Own up to that thing that I am Okikiola and I will become what I want to become, not just because of a man or because they need me. Society needs me to be sensitive, to be more feminine, to be this, to be that. Just be yourself. Simple and clear. Be yourself. Shekina.
That
Don't
be yourself
overdo.
is very,
Don't
is very
underdo.
direct. Be yourself. See, let us be very, very sincere. If you're a man and you get married to a woman and to the glory of God, she's making a lot of money and it's not, you're happy for her, right?
Amen.
But then there are some women that can rub this on your face. You cannot deny that. You know that. You can't deny that. Some people rub it on their faces. Some people show less respect to their husband. Some people are now becoming, because they are very decisive and
But
they
that's
take...
not because
Well, that is very common.
But that's not because the woman is an ambitious person.
But
it
it can
just shows
stem
that
from
she
that.
doesn't have probably the right character.
It's
Or
a basic thing.
It is that simple. See, when you
Right character of what?
when you were making mention of what I mean, the characters of an ambitious woman and all of that, I consider an ambitious woman to be someone that is focused on her job, someone that understands everything. You probably want to be a lawyer and probably there's someone stopping your money, and you're doing everything possible to achieve your aim, right? What you want to be and all of that. Now, bringing it to probably you have a man, and you were given an example of, oh, you have probably a meeting and all of that, and it's probably international, and you guys like, oh, baby, and you're like, hey, baby, please, and all of those things. Now, if the man has to understand that, oh, this is how my wife is, this is how she is, this is how she does this. I want the point I'm driving at is this. Because you're an ambitious woman doesn't mean you have to have the wrong attitude or you have to have the wrong character.
I'm so sorry.
and
I'd
all
like
of
to
those
ask
things.
this question.
Please.
Have you dated someone that's not in your level before? And how did you handle
When you
it?
say not in my level, explain
Maybe
that.
education-wise, maybe does not have a BSc, you have a BSc, maybe it's not as rich as you are. Maybe just someone, or maybe age-wise is just someone a little bit below your level.
I don't think so.
You've not.
I used to cut my
Her mother will not
according to
allow
my-
that to
I've
happen.
not.
my fabric.
All
Your
the
fabric,
people I've dated
yes.
are
I think I
way-
have done it before. Not
And how did that-
age-wise,
how did that
but
turn
maybe
out?
qualification-wise.
Okay.
And I'm not sure I regretted the action. I mean, I respect myself. You respect myself. My qualification has never been a conversation. It has never been an issue. The fact that I'm going to work has never been an issue.
So will you consider yourself not to be ambitious?
I will not consider myself not to
Let
be
me
ambitious.
paint the scenario that Godrichi was trying to paint, but now spread it even more. A woman who is ambitious, she has a lot of meetings, a lot of deadlines. In fact, it now consumes her to the fact that she doesn't pay attention to the home as such. Why? Because I'm ambitious. I have to hit my goals. I have to make my dreams come to pass. We're not looking at the flip side of it, that this is the more reason why men might even feel more threatened or feel more defensive towards women that are ambitious. I'm now asking people who are ambitious and have a lot of deadlines, a lot of goals to meet, a lot of targets to do lists, how can they manage it and still, have that perfect harmony in their home without making it look like an excuse for not just doing their basic responsibilities?
Like they say, work-life harmony is no longer work-life balance. Ensure that your work is not overshadowing your family. Ensure that your family is not overshadowing your work. Find a striking balance in the middle. If you have to travel today for work summit, you can always turn some of them down. If you're really important to that organization,
Ambitious people don't always turn things down like that.
Can I
That's the
say
issue.
that
You
in
can
the
always
case
turn
that-
some down. And if you feel like you cannot, my darling, I'm going to leave the marriage
Wait,
now.
in the case that this is now, we now flip it to the men who say my husband is a very busy man, and
Well,
then people
true
will
though.
praise you for it.
Yeah, is he paying
So,
the rent? Is he paying school fee? Why are you complaining?
do you get? So it's still on the same level of a man can also be as busy as a woman. A woman can also be as busy as a man. This in
Two busy
for
people, how
me,
can they live together?
they actually do.
Why do
a
you
lot
think
of
doctors
times
are
they
marrying
do.
doctors?
A lot of times, sometimes they even marry themselves so that the person is as if I know that I want
know
to marry
my job.
somebody
You
in
know
the
what I'm
entertainment
doing.
industry
Yeah.
because the person has an
I
idea
mean,
of what it
Simi and
takes.
Adekunle good.
I
That's
know
a
that
perfect
music,
example.
this is what it takes.
You know that
I'm
I'll be
always
dancing
going to
with
be
video
off and
vixens.
all those things like that. So some people marry each other for the sake of, I know how busy it can get for both of us, so we're on the safe side. But in case where maybe the husband is the conservative person and the wife is the outgoing person, there's also the flip side where that the wife might be the conservative person. And so that's why I said that they should even scrap this idea that they always say that ambitious women and it happens to both genders.
Yeah.
Ambition is not a gender thing.
Yeah.
People should leave ambition to just be ambition. If you want to take it as a man, take it and hold it to your heart. If you want to
And
take it
try
as a
as
woman,
much as possible.
as a
Well,
woman,
my,
I
my
mean.
own advice to the female folk is, because you know how our society is and the fact that these men can get edgy, not because, like you've mentioned, God's beauty, some of the edginess that they get is because of their parental background or
Yes.
their upbringing. So these people can get edgy. I feel like it's wise. There's something called wisdom in relationship, and there's something called wisdom with dealing with somebody else. So if you can't even deal with it in the first place, don't even go there. But
That's
if you're
what it
already
is.
there already, and then some people get ambition by the way. Some people might not. For example, you might just imagine people that get married very early. And probably they just finished from school. So love entered their eyes and they got married very early. They've not even explored all the possibilities that their career holds for them. It's now in the process of the marriage. Some opportunities are
I feel like
coming.
you will still
So
know.
ambition can even be birth in the marriage.
You will know.
Like
that
they
you
say,
will
when
see
you
when somebody
accidentally
is
become
ambitious,
important
you
to your
will know,
place
actually.
of work.
When somebody is ambitious, you will know actually. Someone that just finished secondary school or finishing university already has 1,001 things to do with their life. So even if you're getting married, if you have conversations, that's why it's important to have difficult conversations. If you have conversations with that person, you know that, this person go or the way the eyes this
eye
person
they
is using to
shine.
see. I mean, is that
It's just
simple?
like from childhood, they'll ask you, what do you want to be in future?
I mean,
now from there, they
astronauts.
start.
I mean,
How many are astronauts?
doctor,
Pilot.
Astronaut.
You know how many things I've said? I've said lawyer, I've said accountant,
It
I've
was
said
changing
police
by the
officer,
day.
Oh,
I've
wow.
said journalist, I've said teacher,
I've
said
only
psychologist.
I actually
stick to
wanted
one.
What
be-
am I doing
Yeah,
today? I'm
I actually
talking.
wanted to be a veterinary doctor when I was really young. And my dad really supported me with so many animals
Child.
in different ways. And then school now showed me, university now showed me that is not the journey
Go-
that
go this
I
way.
wanted to go.
Go this way.
straight.
You know, university actually determined the dreams
Oh
of some
my.
people. They give you new
It
ambitions
does.
and things to think about.
Yes.
But back to what I was saying before I go to the next conversation and begin to wrap up our topic for today is women should still be sensitive. As a woman, you have an upper hand.
I mean-
a man might not be so sensitive to certain situations, and like you said, the man can claim busy and do things. But a woman, even though you're busy, there's a way you can manage and fix things together that you don't make that man appear or feel edgy, because there are some women, we should not deny it, they rob their wealth on their husband, their busy schedule on their
Because
husband,
those
and
are
the
people
man will
with
be
the wrong
wondering, is it that
character or
I don't
behaviors.
bad character, right?
Yes.
Well,
Because
you
I
never
don't see
can
how
say,
that
oh.
is affecting you being ambitious.
you
Because
never can say
because you have all of those
a lot
deadlines
of
and
things
all
in
of
you
that.
that you never thought you had.
You
See,
don't
that's
find
what I
yourself.
look at
you.
it.
But
What I'm
ambition
saying
can
is,
bring
where
some
does
things in you
self-
that you
where
never
does self-awareness
thought
come
you
in
had.
this place? Because fine, I can start a new job, and the new job sort of takes me whoosh to the next
I mean-
level that I never expected. Self-awareness. I think at one point we also discussed mindfulness. You have gotten to this point. How many times do you reflect on where you have
Coming
been,
from,
where you are going
Going
to,
to.
and then that will also help you to decide on what kind of characteristics you want to take.
I mean,
From what
emulate
kind of
and
habits
learn.
or what do you want to learn? What do you want to become after that time? So self-awareness, mindfulness is I think
Key.
is more key than even
Intentionality.
sensitivity, because you can be very sensitive and you still be throwing the wrong energy
I
to
agree.
your partner.
All
I
right,
would
that's a very
say-
nice one.
If you want to be ambitious, the sky is very wide for you to fly.
It's your stating point.
She's about to quote that.
Like-
She will take it slowly first.
Fly as much as you want to fly, as high as you want to fly. Just put something in mind. If they treat you the way you are treating that person, how would you feel? You want to be
golden
very
rule.
ambitious. If someone is treating you the way you're treating that boyfriend in the relationship, that husband in the,
The table
relationship,
turns.
The way
when
Peter
the
is
table
treating me.
turns, how would you feel? You want the person to be understanding every time. Traveling today, no food in the house, or you're too busy to go to the market, you're too busy to even
pick
take
up the
time
kids.
out. You're too busy to pick up the kids. And it's all about, oh, I have presentation today, presentation tomorrow. If someone is treating you that way, how would you feel? I guess you know the answer.
That's why I wanted to say this, right? So because of you're an ambitious person, that doesn't stop you from communicating right. So if you are in a relationship and you understand that, oh, your partner, you're not giving time for him and all of these things, that's why it's open for communication. Oh, honey, this is what's going on. And always carry him along. You see, one thing I like about Vicky James, like, let me start to you today. Amen, someone.
Amen.
Is the fact that for everything that she does on social media, her business and everything, she carries him along.
Even
There's
the
this
recent
other lady.
ambassadorial stuff she did, her
You see?
husband had to do a replica
I
of
mean,
it. And it
so
was cool.
there's also this lady called Ice. I don't know if you know her. She's also into this whole what they call it now, fashion and all of that.
Okay.
And she too, I mean, even I think the guy doesn't sew, he does something differently. But she herself now made it mandatory where she has to, like, he's her own, like, model, or what do they call the mannequin and all
Even
of that.
Tony Lawani.
So many of them like that. So it's important that you carry your partner along on your journey, because that way they will not see it as, oh, now we get this thing and not
Exactly.
your thing. So I
And
mean,
also,
that's where it's
do not
easier.
get married to an insecure person.
Do you know I've talked
because
about it before
even
that-
if they are equally as wealthy, the fact that you keep getting wealthy will make them insecure people. There are one part that you don't even want
just
to
get married to
thread
your own person
at all.
That's
I
what
thought
it
of
is.
something before that. If
Okay.
I'm going to get married with this my current this thing where I come to work early in the morning, 6, at times leave the
You'll be
office
cooking for your
10:30.
husband.
I don't think I would want to be married and be doing this type of thing. I don't intend to be a long distance married woman. I mean, we can be sleeping in the same house where I come in around 10:30 and 5 o'clock, I'm out of the house. I don't intend to do that and just spend 2 days Weekend is just like 1 minute.
But do you know that's another form of ambition? The fact that you want to get to a point whereby you have enough time for your
Yeah.
family.
Yes.
It's also like you are also looking.
Please call
it's
me
also
the
an
ambitious woman.
It's also an ambition. Ambition does not
Yeah.
necessarily mean career. It does not necessarily mean maybe this thing. Ambition
Yeah.
can just be good family. Ambition can be maybe
Financial stability.
it can be anything.
Once you're working towards achieving a certain goal,
It's
that-
an
that's what it
ambition.
is.
Do you think it's different in workplaces, the work dynamics? How do you think ambitious women at workplaces are seen as compared to the men?
I too sabi. You too they do. I mean, that's like the normal regular stuff we hear. But again, especially where you are someone, probably your boss is actually a male or whatever, just try it. I've learned to understand people. When I see that you don't decrease, I'll just try as much as possible to tune down my own craziness so that we can flow. Because I mean, that's the only thing that can
Two people
happen.
cannot craze together.
Two people
Well, I think I've had
especially
I've
when the
had-
person is your superior. Do you understand?
I think I've had
Sorry,
that
we have this
experience.
comment. I mean, this is not commentary on YouTube, but the person is replying.
Okay.
The person
Okay.
said, only a few months ago, I met an ambitious lady. Over ambitious, when a lady is ambitious, it leads her to having too much power. They barely know how to control it. I got few examples, but I will share one. My ex-girlfriend got nothing doing before I met her. After a few months, I established our both online and offline businesses. After making lots of millions, I just can't advise her again. She started saying I'm thinking like an old man.
Oh, shit.
Someone that can't do minutes without talking to me. Started complaining of too much calls, always busy to reach. For me, I mean, the person did not finish the conversation, but I think we get the message.
Can I
already.
get the message?
Wait,
I
sorry,
like
let me.
certain things.
Oh, shit.
Establish her.
The truth is, it's not
But
because
did
of.
he
It is
not?
not because of she's
he
ambitious.
did,
It's because
but
she
that
has the wrong attitude. This person she not sabi anything. She doesn't have the
She
right
had- she was
character.
nothing.
She's not. Do you
She was
understand?
nothing before I met
I
her,
picked
and then
it
she
up.
became something.
Hey, that one too.
If you are active on TikTok,
That one too. See, the both of them are actually guilty. But me, I'll come from the aspect of the woman. Because of, it has nothing to do with because of your ambitions, but because you've gotten to a certain level. Person when no get good character, no get good character. It's as simple
So we
as
should
that.
separate character from ambition.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have to establish that.
Yes, we have to.
Because of I want to be a certain kind of person and I have certain kind of character. Trust me, it's not. I mean, it's this because I'm big and all of that. It's because I have the wrong character. There are people that have plenty money. There are people that I was watching from Layo Ransom Kuti with all the powers and everything that she has. She was still very submissive to her husband.
Yes.
Come on.
Interesting. We're about to wrap up the program for today, so just drop your last words as we go. In fact, this conversation
Just
has
one
made
line.
me to come. Okay, Ki, what do you have to say before we go?
Let Mira go first.
Like they say on social media, lash extension table for sale, pink
Ew.
iPhone for sale.
God, I
when
beg.
you let
I should not have
I
allowed
don't know
her
what
go
that
first.
is.
when you let someone take full charge of your life, the moment they want to live your life, they go with everything they give you. So in as much as somebody is coming to your life to help you,
Establish you.
you know, a full establishment before they come and start packing your shop. So please try as much as possible to make your 10-100.
All right, that's where we wrap up the show. Tomorrow is our special tech segment. Ensure to tune in 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Have a great day. Bye.
Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Usayome Sale from Ways Prime Time. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?